welcome back to the channel. My name is Chels, and if you've been struggling to lose weight on a plant-based diet, then this is the channel for you. Stick around because today I'm going to be making three, I don't know why I did three, I can count, three really easy vegan weight loss meals that I eat for lunch pretty much every single week. And all of these you can throw together in around about like 5 to 10 minutes with a few pre-packaged ingredients. The reason that I'm pumping is I just had a little bit of a dance sesh because it's how I pump myself up for filming videos like this. Yes, you're welcome. Let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to make is a bit of a lower calorie option, like even lower calorie than the other ones. And the reason for this is that I am using butternut squash, which I think in the States you normally call kombucha, and this is really a great kind of meal if you're on like the last 10 pounds or you're just struggling to lose that little bit of fat. But if you aren't, then I would really recommend making sure that you put a little bit of rice on the side or some kind of starch, because pumpkin, any kind of squash is just not as filling as a potato. Without further ado, let's get into it. So I just want to say that I went and got an eye check today because I'm considering getting laser surgery. So I wanted to see if my eyes are suitable. I'm so put off by this process already because they were like poking my eyes, they put something numb in it, and they're like to actually test kind of like the strength of my eyes or the pressure of my eyes or something, and it was literally the weirdest thing. My eyes were like fully open. I couldn't feel pain, but I could feel, it just felt uncomfortable, and this like probe thing kept obscuring my vision. I was like, oh heck, this is like the worst thing. This is so horrible. So if you've had laser surgery and you love it and you think it's worthwhile, or like even if you don't, like let me know your experience in the comments. I'm really curious to hear. I'm already like, I can't do this. Okay, so now that is cooking up, we've got that buttercup steaming up. I'm going to make a bit of a veggie side to go with that, and because the pumpkin, the squash, the kombucha, whatever you want to call it, is pretty low in calories, it's halfway kind of between a broccoli and a potato, then I'm going to be cooking up some elements that are a bit higher in calories, a little bit more filling, and I'm going to be using, still pretty low, like some baby peas, and also cooking that with a little bit of tofu. I really like firm tofu. What? On my stomach, like this is what happens when you have kids, is you get this like real loose skin there. I didn't used to have this, but 2 babies later, it is what it is. I'm just going to crumble up the tofu into just little tiny pieces. Listen to that. That sounds disgusting. I did wash my hands. There we go. I want this to get kind of crispy like the tofu, and I want the broccoli to be a little bit charred, so I'm not going to put water in my pan. I am going to cook it over a low heat. Put the lid on to preserve some of the moisture, and just keep checking on it. The thing is, if I add water now, it's going to deglaze the pan, and that's going to make kind of the whole mixture a bit brown, and I don't want that. So this is these are the seasonings I'm going to add. Curry powder, veggie stock, and this one has MSG, and I'm not worried because of extensive research and science. Just like that. Very hard to cook with one hand, let me just say that. I changed my mind, I put a tiny bit of water in there. This is what's all steamy. this is all cooked up and it's quite yellow because of the curry powder. And I'm going to put the beans in now because I want them to stay pretty fresh. Because peas don't need long to cook. Got this is just cooked really nicely. Yay! There's so much food here. This is the meal that I pretty much made every single day when I would work in a cafe, because I could just really easily steam up pumpkin in that steamer, and I'd probably do the whole pumpkin. That would last me over a couple of days, and then I could make 2 days worth of this kind of tofu and broccoli and pea mix, and I love having it with edamame as well. And this is a lot higher in protein, this meal as well, because it's got the peas and the broccoli and the edamame, tofu, and I sometimes put edamame as well. So if you're worried about protein, this is a super epic meal for that, but also really, really low in calories, even though it's high volume. I'm going to estimate that this would be around about 500 calories. I could be slightly off, but it's probably between 500 and 600. Enough talking. Let's give it a test. It's as good as I remember it, but I am very full. Day 2, and I'm going to be making lunch again, just with whatever I've got in my fridge. This is something that I make pretty much every single week, and it's just a real simple salad. And I'm going to show you how I throw that together. And today I'm going to use kumara, and I got some behind me. One of the best things in the world. I don't know if it's going to be the base of it. Okay, so over here I have some kumara that I just pricked and roasted, and you can go check out the video of how to do that. Had a little bit of a munch on that. They're looking good. So let's start plating up this amazing goodness. Pasta with some olives.
Yeah.
I love you. Love you. Now I'm going to put some flavour into there, and I've got this, which is called crack hummus, which I'm going to post a recipe in the description for. It's basically just a basil pesto hummus. And I'm going to mix this with a little bit more lemon to get it creamy, and then, not creamy, runny, and then drizzle that on top. Oh yeah. So there you have it. This is lunch. Get a load of this. I'm so excited to eat this. This is a large amount of food, but all really low calorie density. The hummus is going to make it super creamy and delicious. Got a ton of broccoli in there. I want to put that. That's a lemon that I accidentally cut up. I mean, an orange that I thought was a lemon. Let's give this a little bit of a taste test. Get a bit of everything. Look at that. Oh.
It is an orange. It is an orange. Try it.
There's so much flavour and so much texture in there. And you could put it together with literally anything. Potatoes, cucumber, different type of salad, any kind of veg. It'd just be amazing. And any kind of hummus. And if I didn't have hummus, I'd be using some kind of avocado. So, super simple. This is the kind of thing that I would eat every single week. And I have eaten every single week while I've lost 40 pounds. So, get into it. So I am super hungry right now. I'm going to make up one of my favorite things, which is a kind of like spicy ginger noodles. It's super quick, super easy to do. Here's how you do it. I'm making some lunch. Okay. Now that this has been simmering away for a while and it looks like this, I'm gonna add into my favorite noodles. I just get them from the Korean shop. And put two cakes in. Add cold water just so I can cover it basically. Just gonna leave like that and bring it to the boil. Now I'm going to prep up my toppings. Okay, so as soon as it boils, get it off the heat and it will just start to soak up all of the moisture. So turn the heat off. So I'm going to add a bit more water because I like a watery broth, and it's also going to cool it down a little bit. So you can just add as much water as you want, really, just do it to taste. I'm so excited to eat this. Gonna be so spicy. I've had about half of that noodles and I gave the rest to Nick. And as you can see, I've just loaded it with stuff. Very excited. And something that I'm trying to do is get more used to taking like YouTube videos, like if I'm making a recipe or if I'm making something like this, just record it for a YouTube video. And it's so hard for me because I'm used to just doing stuff on stories, and Instagram is where I just kind of started this whole thing. And I was gonna take an Instagram story and it's like, I might as well take a YouTube video. Why not taking a YouTube video? But I'm sorry for all the people who are like, why isn't she taking stories anymore? This is why. Anyway, I'm gonna give this a go. I'm going to try this. Some chili in there. A little bit of hummus. Ooh, spicy. Good. Right, look at that. A little bit of pumpkin, hummus. I can't. It's amazing. Freaking amazing. Well, thank you so much for hanging out while I made those 3 weight loss lunches that I make every single week. I hope you like them. If you give them a go, then don't forget to tag me on Instagram. I love to see your creations, and I get a huge kick when I see the kind of things that you guys make. And if you like this kind of thing, then consider subscribing as well, and I will see you next week for another video. Bye.